Honey, honey, baby, baby, you're my everything.
In the world of makeup, it's an art form, right? There's no right or wrong way to accomplish anything. I love on a daily basis creating a look that is natural, that looks like we're wearing nothing, that just kind of highlights our best features. I do enjoy seeing that we're moving towards brighter colors. I do like to see that people are tight lining. Tight lining is when you take a crayon style eyeliner and you place it on the inside of your waterline of your eye. So it's not gonna be under the eye, but it's gonna be on the inside. And if you remember back in 2010, during all of our like gothic emo times, a lot of people were wearing their eyeliner like that. It was the highest trend. And I've noticed that we've started to tight line our under eye again to create that really smoky, blown out look. But there's actually another way you can tight line too that's a little bit more challenging, which is when you actually tight line your upper waterline underneath kind of where your mascara would be, and that actually will elongate your lashes. So if you're not a fan of the tight water lining down here because you feel like it closes your eye, if you actually go under your mascara, it actually can open your eyes, which is fun. We've been all about blush, and we're still gonna be all about blush, but we're moving towards kind of like a blush bronze situation. And if you like bronzer, but you always feel that maybe it comes across as like too orange, or you're confused about like bronzing and contouring, and you're just like not quite sure how to get there yet, a really, really cool technique you can use is actually under bronzing, which is when you use a tinted bronzer, maybe in a liquid form, possibly in a powder form, underneath your tinted moisturizers or your foundations. And if you just kind of like, you can be messy about it, you can kind of just put it wherever you'd like it to kind of be. And then if you take your foundation or your tinted moisturizer and place it over top, you're gonna receive a bronzed look that maybe isn't too sharp, that maybe isn't too choppy, and you can kind of conceal as you go at any place that you wouldn't want to be bronzed, or would want to be bronzed. A common mistake that I see people do when we're on TikTok or when we're on Instagram Reels and we're looking at makeup trends is you see a really beautiful look and you want to recreate it at home, and someone is using a lot of product. Let me tell you right now, you do not need that much product. Less is more. Always start with just a little bit of blush, a little bit of mascara. You do not need that giant gloppy, messy mess. Feel free to wipe off the wand, right? We want to start with a small amount of product and build from there. I promise you, it's gonna look better. There is a color that I feel is coming up in makeup trends right now that I'm really, really excited about, and it's greens. When we think of natural beauty, we tend to think of browns and pinks, right? Or nudes and pinks, because that's kind of what our complexion is. But when you look at nature, when you look all around you, what is partnered in with all of the nudes and the browns of the world is green. And it really does help our nudes and pinks to pop even more. And so if you can pick it doesn't matter if it's a dark shade of green, it doesn't matter if it's a lighter shade of green, but if you can take just like a little bit of green and incorporate it somewhere in the eye, I feel like it just helps make your entire face pop. If you're wondering how to achieve that super natural skin-like look, skincare prep. Skincare prep is gonna do all of the heavy lifting for you. It is going to make it so you can wear less makeup, and therefore that makeup will last longer at the end of the day. Instead of doing a full face and wondering why it doesn't look natural, if we just prep a little bit with skincare, that can be your primers, that can be your makeup, skin prep type situations, your liquid bronzers, things like that. If we just do a little bit more prep, it's gonna create that super natural look and it'll do the heavy lifting for you. Yeah! Okay, so in New York City, it is now mandatory for every single apartment building to have a compost bin. So you can go down to the basement of your apartment building or possibly outside where they keep the garbage, and you can compost everything in your home. And if you're wondering, well, where should I keep my compost when I'm not ready to take it down to the bin yet, you can actually keep it in your freezer, and it makes your house less sticky.